While the European debt crisis is wreaking havoc on the markets, it's also creating opportunities for investment bankers. Reuters Breakingviews U.S. editor Rob Cox is here with a look at where the investment banking jobs may be in 2012. Welcome, Rob. So who could benefit from the volatility in Europe?
The whole investment banking industry is probably going to see a decline in employment overall, but there are spots where there are going to be opportunities. So if you think about multinational corporations right now, they're having to hedge currency risk, debt risk all around the world, right? So that's a huge opportunity for all those deskers, you know, the guys at the Deutsche Bank trading floors who never really had an entree into what they call the C-suite. An opportunity to talk to chief executives about how to manage their risks in the same way that they had in the past. So, this is an opportunity for them to walk in and say, look, hey, Mr. Giant Multinational, you've got businesses all over the world. You don't know what's going to happen. There may be a disintegration of currencies. You may see, what you're doing in China, these kinds of things. We are in a great position to help you out. So that's one area, and a lot of the banks are talking about that as being a huge area for them to exploit this year.
And Rob, who stands to gain as banks go about cleaning up their balance sheets?
You have the European banks in particular who have to get somewhere. It depends on who you talk to. $2 to $3 trillion of assets off their loans, off their balance sheets. So that's an opportunity for people like KKR, okay, and some of the big private equity firms, and some other sort of less obvious players in what they call the shadow banking market. People who can come in and either help to invest capital or to help facilitate the investment of capital. So underwriters, if you're a Mittelstand company in Germany or a small medium imprese in Italy and you want to access the capital markets, in the past you might have gone to the banks. Now you go to sort of investment bank, they facilitate, they underwrite, they arrange a deal for you. So that's an opportunity if you're a banking company, if you're a banking firm.
Yeah, especially in Europe. What about outside of Europe?
Well, look, Latin America is still pretty hot. So intra-Latin American deals are still going to be happening. So as some of these European banks or other corporates move out of South America because they've got to get rid of the assets, that's a great opportunity for deals to happen down in South America. You've already seen it, for example, in Chile. A Chilean bank bought a big Colombian business from Santander, which has to raise something like 15 billion euros of capital. So that's an opportunity there. The Chinese, big Chinese corporates are looking for assets, not just assets, they want brands. They want things that sort of denote something, that they can put some of their technology or their labor know-how into and market around the world. So you'll see a lot of acquisitive Chinese companies over the next year as well.
Possibly here in the U.S.?
Everywhere. And there will be bankers out there that have to, prepare the PowerPoint presentation, talk to investors, raise funds, and help them to do those deals. So they may not pay as much in fees as sort of, the typical U.S. company or European company, but they're going to be gainfully employed.
All right, related to China, any other places within the U.S. that the investment bankers
Well,
the
other one is
said 580 there.
Yeah, no, but I would say, the financial institutions groups, these are the banks, the divisions inside banks that advise other banks on deals. The big banks, the sort of globally SIFI kind of banks, those guys aren't going to be doing a lot of deals. But that next tier, the Regions Financial, the PNC, the Fifth Third, that whole U.S. regional bank industry is ripe for consolidation. I expect a lot of that will happen in the coming years. So FIG bankers will still be active.
Okay, places to hunt. Thanks a lot, Rob. Our thanks to Rob Cox of Reuters Breakingviews. I'm Fred Katayama, and this is Reuters.